So that's the emotional interview Brian yeah na baby o kan ya say e cheche imagine so kakra ni say onya 8 no after say ne maame adamfo o che ne die at age 6 no o wie ye start year drugs age 7 or ton drugs age 8 and omde ne ba Africa se no be discipline Africa just say your tag in there everywhere you go at say empty you know yan to some fans some moment see what the transfer news back come no be na me ref ye fi 7 doors upon transfer news no Romelu Lukaku yes of Belgium upon a board match Chelsea your Cologne ewo Inter Milan ye metin say ene Inter for no make their last or their final bid for Brentford friend Lukaku 30 million euros and omo make area match Chelsea football club some here Brentford no Brentford de wanya ja tum so be board ama Inter dada onya na dwen say oba back to Chelsea cra but Chelsea for no say come turn about 100 million na ya to 100 million na person ko around 30 dia na che say eka buburuja and on my ball Interphones almost knock the door at the last time so my hair Sir Brighton obetimi aba nas oma Chelsea for beje to manas onyin tumu de na nyina no enkobo about 1:35 p.m. no bibi ebesi bia no follow Angel TV page no on Facebook on Twitter e be record the amount and way Lukaku ni agent, Inter agent, and a Chelsea penny for Kwakushia. No more finalize deal one with 30 million euros. Washington so pepe area mame. Moises Caicedo, Masande bro, yes, Caicedo. A Brighton upon the board, the man a year Brighton and Hove up, you know. Ne Martin is Brighton for so omo ma Chelsea for the last chance. Brighton for say omo 400 million ra. Chelsea for the 70 koye almost touching ye almost 85% come on touching the tennis Brighton for this almost match Chelsea for last warning 1,400 number next week obetiano na Brighton friend Moises Caicedo no mo hu na di internet update and so feel no mobile e dey mo bibia on Angel TV and no pay Brighton ba ko no bo ne ball Edema Juventus Bobo Kono Dusan Vlahovic yes on so no ye striker Owamrika rough PSG for di nechi Samson na Chelsea for almost chase any omumpanyi for ne din say ebeyanka omon swap Lukaku onko Juve na common for deserve Vlahovic emra Chelsea me ka Vlahovic at 17 now the ono ato swama me sense ono na mbamfo person mu no Dusan Vlahovic into ono bo ne ball Edema Juve Chelsea for some pa Brighton no na omo ni sika sise na omo person mo koye swap omo de Lukaku eko na omo de Brighton other TV so e de Brighton no reporter no fi ono ba e de mo bibia Mbappe story na sase enso e rubber before another twist me say Mbappe akachre na say Al-Khalifi say Omoma nemre next season no obesan extend Khalifi say ase oyaye na adanko dada do internet akwan bia so ombehu na di so no update and no feel by dem obibia ena no pay omemra fie na sana meba fie ma me fast like say ma bet way oh say yay for the love of the game and ra yes ana me pese me kan elder be yes wa bin ye papa sanso ye former footballer me man out be 7 and ra odi we maintain and kan pay me hu nanim no aso pese obeka out no asem but no abo yes internet elder wa wodi bia ma me ntonka e bet way for the love of the game me mo be dey obi to studio na obo wasa bet way for the love of the game Murphy. Yet Simo the Ghana Football Association and Rakopiemu African Trade Center ho and Penyifo Egada the Ghana Football Association President the ESCO afins no former footballers and afins no administrators and central for EBPM including the parliamentarians about ho make the Ghana Football DNA the national football philosophy and Penyifo pound to my show videos kakra whilst I make them once media authority miss and ye pop and no penny beshe everyone who matters in football, be it administrator, be it coach, former player, in central for Munina Koyan Fantoso, was American was some Ghana Football DNA launch.
Nowadays, you don't
they can't near me, they football. Ghana Football DNA launch. Now, I'm person the Tuso was American was some Sana Mako, the excerpts and answer the interviews and Pinfono so at the Tutu Jana, yes, in the Senate, oh, come on, yes, National Football Philosophy launch. They are launch and no man Charles one man pay wa maybe san intia wamba sanso no de philosophy na you think e be odi na idea kakrabwa internal there yes local coaches former footballers omunyina eba ma grown there of course the club administrators and of course the executive council members around the abe yes and na impinfo lozi komo Further chimina by no coaches ne there otimi say yes papa your friend no Prosper Nate Ogum Yusuf Basigi Didi Dramani Ntojan and many more all the Lakins and so eba bi sanso na John Penson and ra nchechemu no mami breaking it down from out omo amfa edin bia ma un say ebenya agrobo and ebenya multi system ni nyina edin bia atisa amba na momu no mpanyifo akyerese from under 13 to under 15 hono mo hyesa adwumadi na sie free on be sha said ye free schools onum no pese omo ehase na omo de football DNA no ewura nkwala na dwene mu se na ebe ya omo from there omo wura under 16 under 17 under 20 a ombetumi abode afi onuma na the Black Stars proper no so no yo hanem resifa call into no the schools aspect ne wo ho and afenso no omo bo modern se pram no me man face left na omo gadan kola we nyina wi a na omo de makwa kopie mu ho no mo na ya kyerɛ mo tactics formations afenso no philosophy a Ghana ye pese e bono ni nyina so omo de be wura kola ni mum afenso omo san de to just say the coaches say honomo no e was so bia e use sa philosophy way from under 13 to under 15 under 17 under 20 under 23 to the Black Stars proper ni na no this philosophy in the next years a day animo no and one pay for be say e be hwe na yesue mu ade na ye de a kyerɛkyerɛ nkwala no na dan kwama bia na ye bobo baby we say Ghana ye football no say netie say be tikitaka o say be gine football say be multi system no nyina na no pay for the to just say the Ghana DNA a pound to ma yenkotie ye papa ye friend no ye Bernard Lepe or the tuja or no say book no ne womu na nya tactics nkwan ne wom na emomu no omo try based on principles it sounds ball game ba ko be hu say formation it miss at any time and until omo the principles na ahye ne omo try no enye based on tactics yentie Bernard Lepe some of the tuja after the launch.
Nowadays you don't teach football through formations. You teach football through principles. You have principles for an individual player, you have principles for group tactic, you have principles when you are with the ball, when you are without the ball, and you can adapt this to different formations. It's not anymore like this, that Ghana must play the next 20 years also a 4-4-2. It's not like this. Like I mentioned today, there are teams, they change their formation in one match 3 times. So what you want to do as an opponent, if you don't have this knowledge about your opponent, if you play always the same style, you are very easy to, how you call this, to predict. So we wrote this DNA based on principles and not based on formations. And it's also written there.
You go to the Ghana Football Association President Kurt Edwin Simeon Okrekwenra, original CPSD to just said the Ghana Football DNA, the national football philosophy, no, a boy and now from the youth side to the senior team, no, a my new identity of play, and also a development in the game, and also team fan and team of Frontier, Kurt Okreku.
How we want to play, I'm told, both in and out of possession, the future Ghanaian player. What's the kind of player we want to see in future representing Ghana. And here we are talking about skills and attributes, how we want to coach at different times, during games, during training sessions, and involving different and varied age groups, and how we want to support our play. Here we will be reading about tactical, technical, physical, and psychological. We shall be looking at long-term success. The DNA will provide us with an identity and direction. The DNA would ensure proper pathways for our players, and here we are talking about player development. The DNA will clearly define our attractive style of play, and most importantly, it will also speak about our culture.
One question I know be ebisa since na born na ye be born on the din saying send a matu no din si fa frɛ omo answer down to the but Keto Kreku GFA President said to just say agro ball e wo mu sanso na the late Samade ne multi system no so bi wo mu ni na omo consider and omo the count and omo sanso edge survey omo bisa coaches administrators and a former players ni so den po na ye mo wo hwe football na senate na ye bo a ye be boy ni nyina na omo je omo kabo mu a omo the trust abok ni ntie no.
And I did also say that I'm happy because today marks the beginning of a new identity for our football. The kind of players we want to see representing Ghana, the style of play we want to see, the physique of the players that the coaches must pick to represent Ghana, and how, as a nation, we want to play. Your agro has been taken into consideration. Your multi-system has been taken into consideration. And here we are today with the best gift to our Ghanaian game, the Ghanaian football philosophy, the DNA. My colleagues from the ESCO, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to the Technical Director of our Football Association, Bernard Lepe. This work has taken 2 years to bring it to fruition. It's been 2 years of hard work, 2 years of research, 2 years of getting our technical men, coaches, administrators to give proper feedback to the survey that you would also see in the book.
Well, so ladies and gentlemen, the book will be handed over to the President, the National Football Philosophy book, and the President will do the unveiling. So, welcome, President. Yes, good Friday, the football DNA launch. No one some night, bro. And Ram Rashim Bedrefia, do one if you want to buy make the MPs now. Ukopiem Ewanoma, or your friend, Honorable Kwekwe Jenin Boateng, or your parliamentary select committee on youth, sports, and culture, or PM one more on any other members. Now to me, and any GFA, or no any book be assigned man or chess a book and Sakadia, a beb 1 year papa, no so aqua could shame at their chair parliamentarians. Now, Boketa Basso send your why a good step, a beboa. Now football so team of fanatics preference honorable.
Very good my taking me feel say a long in coming because so won't see the Oyenasia going forward there. We said the football no by Titiban China not just say Sanima we know everboa a very important study. We just got a copy of the book after Nebeshim. But me feel say so mo fan what dream class or mo be yes research we ambia who didn't and there may be a a very good idea. DNA it defines everything. So when didn't we maybe it will mountain to maybe our way. Until the entire yes, so as I would do in a muka. And the DNA for football there made them to me feel say very good. Me both president in Abaso. Me hope you say you beat him there here.
Yeguswadi Semnaman and no local coaches Dorona BPM one Dr. Prosper Nate Ogun, formerly of Asante Kotoko, Sansona coach Max Okonodu, formerly of Asante Kotoko and formerly of Legon Cities, and a Karim Zito for Dormon, many coaches nearby after the launch. Almost due to Muso with the beb boom pop in the Division 1, Division 2, the national teams and the Premier League clubs no munina air coach and a beb almost also a match in place necessary to go the way the Ghana football DNA. To the local coaches after embracing such event.
Because or start here no or Freya Yinama 1v1 no ubisa football send city or Ghana. Ubia him say football there you are to entertain people after wash we no ɛsɛ wobɔ no w'ani gye nti no eduru baabi na ade na ayera ɛna wobɔ sɛ coach bi akɔ a ɔfa ne nkwala no a nea ɔpɛ no ɔyɛ so ɛnkɔ soro hɔ what I say and there's one thing in coaching I have very idea but people don't know adaptation of responsibilities, you know, because the system goes with responsibilities. And then you say, coach, we my way, no way, my way, no way, my way. I now a complicated journey. So now that we have got an identity of play, you know, your attitude of play, and you know. So definitely from the 15 to the 17 to the up, as was indicated, you know, we are all going to use this method so that by the time I overcome Black Star, as I say, BBI come out.
A DNA tells how a particular country plays its football, and football basically has a link with infrastructure. So once we try to implement the DNA, I think we also need to improve upon our infrastructure. And once we are able to do that, we'll be able to, in a way, be able to achieve this objective. For instance, within this DNA, one of the ways of training is through SSG, small-sided games. And in small-sided games, you need a lot of goals. When I say goals, what you people normally call goalposts. I mean smaller ones on smaller pitches, as many as possible. So we need some of these things. We need a lot of balls. So I'm talking about equipment too. We need all these things to be able to make sure that this DNA comes to stay. Without them, I'm sure it will be a challenge. But then once we have some of these things, and then coaches too accepting what is in the book and trying to reflect on them and implementing them, I think it will go a long way to make sure that our football gets a particular identity.
I think and she share and paying for the abano a beboa Ghana football. I'm say China check a cram but and you're bad. So here national football philosophy no. Yes. I did a guided coach spa. They say no to me the national team na on yet the office are correct. Okay. Roadmap for what I say. First the year Juma. Until a country be a be. And a club level crano, a hana, Yanshada and Fanny may be serious. Club will be a while. Okoa, Europe and elsewhere. You fall by Bano Crano, because I say in a team near ball, but you say in a bono. The supporters and Nibagia saying I was a con.
The Guswadi the Ghana football DNA launch no one some na ebro na after some launch Jumedia no mo ye ho is skirmishes ni nyina wie wo the Africa Trade House on mo wie no on Floodlight Sports. Yes, Abraham Boache don a friend, one man supporter on Sadiq Adams enya kitahode bi o show ni so e na o kire say book we no eye book kama pe be bo na emo no obi te ochimba wi ate obi te hwehwe obi te enye fa na o de book ikoto nanima obe dan sua ompo mo chrom no be dan sua no mo de achrom ntin kebeya omunye ni movie form omunye ni movie no mo fa actors bi hihye se na be yo mo hwa nkola no beti ase inti Abraham Boache one man supporter
come on to place papa adwe tawo yachi no se adwe papa de ebe yi se anya adwe papa na ye se election ebe yi na pese ye di achieve ye manifesto dia eno dia na nyame nchira so so the adwin bi sisi obi no de and the nyadwuma okay but say adwin pa de a okay yen hwe bre ne betre because sankwara ebobolu nkrase yi omom kochi omno motete omo no ometima kan bugu ati ase how many people dey metima kan bugu ati ase
philosophy dey say enya big game
and yen ma movie from fanya movie ne hwe no so gazi no
Well, some Mama, also coaches near the neighbor room side, and what he's trying to say, you know, be an abia bet I can't do. I'm not here. See you.
Another
in Tibia, we have to break it down. no more was no because the DNA na DNA no usually any license A for na implement DNA no and you be a what in the team e area madina what you say but no kukuro on tiase what you say until you need to find means here we be breaking it down completely na nipa no e be on ontimi nkan but then what you say no etimi implement am ankra na
okay eti one man dey nkan nya bad that's so for that video.
Yeah, so the Ghana football philosophy or the Ghana football DNA already launched. It's a very high on the for books and paying for say the be good the FA Honum Master to distribute be at the amount the national team coaches from U13 to U23 and of course the Black Stars team no proper no obians being any day or honum now so pay be a pesa or kind or buy FA Honuma when you been so honuma on the Bemana so kind na abua the development of Ghana football. I mean to see more other stories now. Alright, your friend around Diaby or yes co-member now central for Bisani and say football na co-form na dey amount for the metrics amount for the susu say bia Ghana football co-form the time Kotoko ne has performance enye kura osi there be obi obeka say no football bo Kotoko ne has CEOs GFA no so on ma oil management Kotoko ne has perform here. How does the FA got to do with that in Tirandiabi?
When people even ask questions, we must help them to understand. Does the GFA run as a Kotoko? Is the GFA responsible for appointing board of directors for the clubs or CEO for the clubs? Yes. Is GFA responsible for the circles and the chapters? So what are we talking about? Yeah, what are we talking about? I think sometimes this GFA, clubs are owned by companies or entities or people. They appoint their directors, they appoint their CEOs, they create the kind of structure they want. They run the clubs how they want in accordance with law. If the clubs are not doing well, what has that got to do with GFA? What has it got to do with GFA? Yeah, I'm asking you, what do you chroma? Those who run Kotoko, Kachi, to be honest with you, me, I don't have time. To be honest, I don't have time to entertain certain things. I mean, to what end? To what end? To what end? League I want to win here. Mediamo or GFA or a GFA president. Yeah. So what are we talking about? GFA president, the team, where are they fighting relegation? Yeah. So what are we talking about? GFA vice president. And Yameneno na all the same zone. And I mean, I qualify ahead of all. What is this? Let's stop those things. You see, we do these things and we let people get away. People have been given jobs. You need to take on those who gave them the jobs and the jobs that they have done. If you are dissatisfied with the work, focus. Why are you going to involve a third party? We give excuses for people. We make people get away with things that they shouldn't get away with. Why do we always want to go and create a phantom thing that doesn't exist? Why? Yeah, why should we do that?